YouTubers, Mike Martin's here, Mike Martin's channel, and this is a problem down under in Australia, and it's happening to all pretty much the entire Commonwealth is going through this right now, and it's very, very scary. I go without food. Struggling pensioners reveal what retirement is like. Guys, this is not new news, but it's getting to a point where pensioners are going homeless, and war vets are going homeless. And when I say war vets, well, Mike, World War II was a long time ago. No, I'm talking about war vets that fought in the Iraq 1, Iraq 2, and war vets that fought in all these Mickey Mouse wars we had, right? So there's more that meets the eye when it comes to war vets, right? Patricia Andrew has no savings, no super, and no assets. She survived months without spending money on groceries. She's foregone necessities like heating and healthy food just to keep up with rent and pay for utilities. But despite that, 16-year-old Patricia, who receives the maximum rate of age pension, is on the brink of homelessness. Impossible to find housing. There are no longer any affordable renters for single pensioners in Australia, forcing many elderly into homelessness or onto public housing waiting list. Crystal McDonald from the Housing for the Aged Action Group, HAAG, says the average cost of a one-bedroom in a private rental in Melbourne-based pensioner who receives a full-age pension is 79% of their income, she says. That's not bad, but in other places like Canada, sometimes it's worse than 70%. It's like 50% or less than that. It is near impossible to find stable, affordable housing as a pensioner with no assets. So here it is. Number of Australians that have sought assistance for homelessness and services. It's in dangerous levels. Look at that, 23 large right there. Wow. According to Rental Affordability Index, stable, affordable housing is classed as permanent and under $140 a week. So they pay weekly in Australia for rent because you have 52 weeks in a year and you got 2 months with 4 weeks. So what they want to do is they want to make sure you pay every dime for your rent. The only type of housing that meets the criteria is public and social housing, but that is getting increasingly harder to access. Our clients have to wait on average 1 to 3 months for a place in public housing. Now it's over a year, McDonald said. The lack of affordable housing options for pensioners is one of Australia's biggest problems. The maximum base rate for the average pensioner for singles is $814 a fortnight. So $814 a fortnight. Fortnight means bi-weekly. That falls well below the national minimum weekly wage of about $6.95. So remember that fortnight is 2 weeks, guys. And no, it's not a video game. For Patricia, relying solely on the government to fund her retirement has been fortnightingly struggle. The 69-year-old has received a notice to vacate her Brunswick unit in the Melbourne's inner north, a property that Patricia has rented for more than 18 years. I cannot afford the rents. The landlord is asking what the landlords are asking for now. She now is one of 82,000 people on the public housing waiting list in Victoria. Patricia says she will be homeless if it weren't for her daughter's willingness to accommodate her at her home until vacancy opens up, but that means relocating to Geelong. It's taken me years to find a really reliable doctor that I really like now. I have to travel from Geelong to come and visit him in Brunswick. Patricia worked in a textile factory which did not pay superannuation and also picked up range of cleaning jobs, but a work injury forced her to retire at 58. She is left with $5,000 in superannuation. Compulsory superannuation was not introduced till 1992. Over 2 years, Patricia used up all her funds to fly to New Zealand several times to visit her terminally ill mother without any superannuation. So let's get to her fortnight budget here. So every 2 weeks, there's her transport, entertainment, life insurance, bills, phone, medication, rent, Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi? That's so cheap for Wi-Fi. I pay so much money for Wi-Fi here. And debt. And the total, and then there it is, her debt there. So total, and she has $112 left over. When you're living on a single-family age pension, every dollar counts. I just live from fortnight to fortnight as best as I can, but I'm already behind the 8 ball. Wow. I've been buying bubble wrap, which is costing me $9 a time. Patricia points out, bubble wrap, $9? On Saturday, I had to go to Mooney Ponds to get some boxes. Normally, a taxi from the supermarket to my house would be $11. Well, because I had to get a maxi taxi with those boxes for Saturday for packing, my maxi taxi was $31. Patricia's still trying to pay off the $1,000 that she borrowed from Centrelink in December 2017 to buy Christmas presents and cook Christmas dinner for her family. Oh, that's so sweet. I hear a lot of people are like, people like going on holidays, and it's like, how could they afford being on a pension? I feel isolated. So there's another person here. Lorraine Mace, 68, is also a single full-age pension and receives $949 a fortnight. Yet, she tends to have a few dollars left over after bills are paid and food is purchased. If I run out of money halfway through my period, then I've nowhere else to go, she said. I'm single, so there's no one else I could fall back on. Lorraine's budget, $949 per fortnight. So there it is, guys. There's her breakdown right there. You could pause it to see it. And she's left with negative $5 at the end. And that doesn't even, there's no food here. There's alcohol for $23. Maybe if she cuts back on the alcohol, she could aggregate that $5 and bring it up to $18 or $16. And then the Wi-Fi, is $45. Maybe she cuts her Wi-Fi for a while. Maybe get rid of the pet insurance. I've never even heard of pet insurance. So I would get some of that stuff. Lorraine was a credit officer, later worked in call centers, eventually work dried up, so Lorraine retired at 63. I kept tying for work, but it dawned on me, I think, that, nah, you're too old, they don't want you, off you go retire. But she had a little money in her superannuation fund to fall back on. After failing to secure a mortgage on a property in her 40s, Patricia used up her superannuation for $60,000 mobile home in Carrum Downs Holiday Park in Melbourne's outer southeast. I save up and save up and save up, and I might go to the theater once every 3 or 4 months. Wow! Lorraine often can't afford to go out with friends and regularly turns down social invitations, a process which can make her feel lonely and isolated. You just get to a stage where people don't ask you again and they get sick of asking. So here I am. I'm retired and not going on any cruises. Well, I think going on cruises should be the least of our worries. I think buying food should be one of the most important things on her mind right now. But that's really sad to see what a lot of seniors are going through. It's happening in the UK. It's happening in the US. It's happening in Canada. This is a very big eye-opener, guys. You need to start preparing now. Right now. I don't care what age you're at. If you think you're too old to start preparing, prepare. Because once you're too old to work, you got to find something to fall back on, or you're going to have to find a way. If there's a will, there's a way. I'm very scared for a lot of pensioners out there, especially with the ramp up of the cost of living. Is just in the last 4, 5, 6 years, it's been decimating to a lot of families. So, decimating to a lot of people. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please subscribe and share this video and get it out there. Very heartbreaking, but it's a reality. The Australian proper, the Canadian proper, they're just getting destroyed. They can't compete with foreign investing. They can't compete with all the laundered money. They can't compete. And and the homelessness is a plague that's getting out of control. And it's something that, election season's in the air for Canada. It's something that and then in less than a year, we're going to be in election, basically voting in America. So people need to start bringing up these very important topics. Okay, climate change is fantastic, but I think we need to talk about human beings and their lifestyles and where they're going to be ending up, especially the ones that help build our infrastructure. I love the veterans. I love the war vets. I love the older generation. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching.